Professor Belfrost's science class is back.
Hi, welcome back to my class. And this is the second class on mathematics with me on this chapter, equalities and equations and inequalities. And thanks for staying with me. So let's review our. I'm sorry, I forget to edit it. Okay, just give it. It's not very important. So yeah, today's discussion will look at rational equations that after some manipulation result in a linear equation. So when an equation contains at least one rational expression, it's considered a rational equation. Okay, so recall that a rational number is a ratio of two numbers. Okay, so here are some rational expressions such as x plus 1 over x squared minus 4 and many more as you can see in the slide. So rational equations have variable in the denominator in at least one of the terms. Okay, so our goal is to perform algebraic operations so that the variable appear in the numerator. And in fact, we will eliminate all denominators by multiplying both sides of the equation by the LCD. Okay, how to find LCD? LCD can be found by identifying an expression that contains the highest power of all the factors in all the denominators. So you do this because when equation multiplied by LCD, that the common factors in the LCD and each denominator will equal 1 and they will cancel out. Okay, so let's see how to do this. So yeah, for example, this we have 7 over 2x minus 5 over 3x equals 22 over 3. Yeah, so actually, from this LCD is 6x, which contains all three denominators. So we need to multiply these to both sides and gain the expression such as 3 times 7 minus 2 times 5 equals 22 times 2x, which at last give us x equals 11 over 44, which is 1/4. Okay, 1/4. A common mistake here is made when solving ratio equation involves finding the LCD when one denominator is binomial. So two terms added or subtracted, such as x plus 1, and always consider a binomial as an individual factor that the terms cannot be separated. So for example, suppose a problem that has three terms and denominators are x minus 1, 3x minus 3. So first factor all the denominators, then we have a sort x minus 1, and 3 times x minus 1. And here we can see that the common factor is x minus 1. And yeah, x with x is actually different from x minus 1 together. So the LCD here is 3x minus 1. So you need to multiply all the equation above or both sides of the equation with this. Okay, another example with two denominators such as x and x squared plus 2x. So first need to factor out the x squared plus 2x times x plus 2. Then you see that there's a common factor of x, and the LCD here is x times x plus 2. Sometimes we have ratio equation in the form of proportion. That is when one fraction equals another fraction. There are no other terms in the equation, which is a over b equals c over d. Okay. So how to do this? Just need to cross multiplication. So in summary, a rational equation contains at least one rational expression where the variable appears in at least one of the denominators, and we can solve it by following these six steps. This is the summary. I want you to take a screenshot and learn it by yourself. So let's practice. Okay. First, solve the following rational equation, which is 2 over x minus 3 halves equals 7 over 2x. So now find out the LCD of the denominators, which is x, 2, and 2x. Yeah, it's very clear that the LCD is 2x, right? So you just need to multiply the both side of the equation by 2x. So it gives us with minus 3x equals 3, which gives us the only solution is minus 1. Okay. The second example, for example, we have 1 over x equals 1/10 minus 3 over 4x. So first, To find the common denominator, we see we have x, we have 10, we have 4x. So actually the LCD after with it is 20x. So we need to multiply the whole equation by 20x with both sides of the equation. And it gives us 2x equals 35. So x equals 35 over 2. The solution is that. Next, next example, not 12 actually. I'm sorry, I misnumbered it. It's actually another example, third one actually. Okay, so yeah, solve the following rational equation and state the excluded values. So we have a, b, and c. Let's solve one. So for the first equation, you see that the denominator is x and x minus 1, x and x minus 6. So the LCD is actually just simply the multiplication of these both. And but actually this can be solved much simpler by using cross multiply, and we obtain x equals 50. So the solution is 50. And what's the excluded values? What's actually excluded value? Excluded values is the values that makes the denominators to be 0, because everything divided by 0 will cause undefined, and it is not allowed state. So the excluded value is 6 and 2. For the second expression, the LCD is simply just the 2 times x minus 3. You can multiply both sides by 2x minus 3. And you will obtain that 3x equals 13 and x equals 13 by 3. 13 third. The exclusive value here is what makes x minus 3 equals 0, which is 3. The last equation to be solved, it have the LCD, which is 2 times x minus 2, and after solving it we get x equals 12 by 3, which gives us 4, and the excluded value is what will make x minus 2 come 0, which is 2. Okay, the next example, fourth one, solve the ratio equation after factoring the denominator, which is given, and state the excluded value. First, what we need to do, the right hand side one, we need to factor it out to make it x plus 1 is minus 1. That's what we need to do first. Yeah, actually I make a mistake. Yeah, x minus 1, x plus 1. That's not x plus 2. Okay, and we need to multiply this as the LCD to both sides to obtain the operation as shown in the slide. And at last, we get x equals minus 3. What is the excluded value? Excluded value is the one that make the denominator become 0, which is 1 and minus 1. Okay, so we're done with the rational expression. So perhaps the most familiar form of a linear equation is the slope-intercept form, which is written as y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope of the gradient, we say, and b is the y-intercept. So let's begin with the concept of slope. So slope of a line refers to the ratio of the vertical change in y over the horizontal change in x between any 2 points on a line, and it indicates that the direction in which a line slants as well as its steepness. So slope is sometimes described as m equals y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So if slope is positive, it slants to the right. If slope is negative, it slants to the left. As the slope increases, the line becomes steeper. So here are the example of the above concept. Now let's discuss some example. First one is for the slope of a line that passes through the point 2 minus 1 and minus 5 3. So this is actually very easy. We just need to substitute the values into the previous equation, and it gives us the slope is minus 4 7 3. Second, identify the slope and y-intercept given the equation y equals minus 3/4 x minus 4. And this is being in the form that we expect. So it's very easy. We just need to extract it. M equals minus 3/4. And the intersection is minus 4. Okay, now, given the slope at one point on the line, we can find the equation of the line using the point slope formula, which is actually just the rearrangement of the previous equation, which is now y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Let's practice. Write the equation of the line with slope m equals minus 3 and passing through the point 4 8. Write the final equation in slope-intercept form. So using the point slope formula before, we substitute -3 for m and 0.48 for x1, y1. And we will obtain y equals -3x plus 20. Second example in this. Find the equation of the line passing through the point 3, 4, and 0, -3, and write the final equation slope-intercept form. So first, we need to calculate the slope by using the slope formula and substituting the 2 points, and we get it is 7/3. Next, we just need to use the obtained slope and one of either point, either 3, 4 or 0, -3. Okay, let's pick 3, 4 in this example, and we substitute this to the equation. We get that this line equation actually y minus 7/3 x minus 3. I want you, as a mini assignment, try using 0 and -3 and prove that it will result in the same line equation. Okay. So another way that we can represent the equation of a line is in standard form. What is standard form? Standard form is a form given as ax plus by equals c, where a, b, c are integers. So the x and y terms are on one side of the equal sign and the constant term is on the other side. So this is the next question. Actually, I misnumbered it again. So this is just another let's practice. The first let's practice on this concept, this topic. So find the equation of the line with m equals -6m passing through the point 1/4 -2. Write the equation in a standard form. So yeah, first you need to using point slope formula and create the equation, okay, which gives us as shown, which is y plus 2 equals -6x plus 3 hops. And then we see we need to uh, omit the denominator. So we multiply it by 2 and we have -2x plus 3 equals to y plus 4. And after some rearrangement, we get 12x plus 2y minus equals -1. And this is the equation in the standard form. The equations of vertical and horizontal lines do not require any of the preceding formulas, although we can use the formula to prove that the equations are correct. So the equation of vertical line is given as x equals c, where c is a constant, and slope of a vertical line is undefined, and regardless of the y value of any point of the line, the x coordinate of the point will always be c. So suppose that we want to find the equation of a line containing the following points. There are 4 points here. So first we will find the slope. Okay, try to find the slope. And we get it results in undefined. It means that we cannot use the point slope formula. But we can plot this point because we know that this is a vertical line indeed, which has the x value which is equals -3. The equation of a horizontal line, on the other hand, is given by y equals c, where c is the constant. And the slope of a horizontal line is always 0. For any x values of point line, the y coordinate will always be c. Suppose we have another 4 points pair, as shown in the slide. So you can use the point slope formula. And first we find the slope using any 2 points in the line. And we result in 0. Oh, at this time the equation is showing us that this is horizontal line. At this time, we can apply gradient formula if you want to prove it. Okay, if you don't believe in it, you can do it. And we'll obtain that y equals -2. And this is the equation for this line. Okay, so here's the figure that's showing those two mini examples that previously discussed. Okay, now let's practice. Find the equation of the line passing through the given point 1 minus 3, 1, 4. So both have x coordinate 1, so this must be a vertical line, x equals 1. So parallel lines have the same slope and different y intercept. Oh, this is actually a new line, okay? Lines that are parallel to each other will never intersect. For example, The following figure on the next slide will show you the graph of various line with the same slope which is equals to 0. Okay, so you see here that they are intersect one point. Okay, even that you lengthen the line, you make the line longer, it'll never intersect. Okay, they are on of the same slope and they have different y-intercepts. That's the reason. So lines that are perpendicular intersect to form a 90-degree angle, and the slope of one line is the negative reciprocal of the others. And you can show that the two lines are perpendicular if the product of the two slopes will result in -1, which is -1 m1 multiplied by m2 yields -1. For example, so the following figure, the next slide, will show you the graph of two perpendicular lines. One line has a slope of 3, and the other line has a slope of -1/3, which will result in -1 when we multiply these both values. Okay, you see the bottom right one. Okay, done. Okay, great. Now let's practice. Graph the equation of the given lines and state whether they are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. The equation is 3y minus 3y equals -4x plus 3 and 3x minus 4y equals 8. We actually need to rearrange this equation now. Okay, so the first equation 3y equals -4x plus 3, we rearrange it to be y equals -4 third x plus 1. And the second equation, 3x minus 4y equals 8, we rearrange it to be y equals 3/4 x minus 2. And we know that the first one has gradient of the slope of -4/3, and the second one has a gradient slope of 3/4. So these two value, when we multiply them together, it results in -1. So clearly they are perpendicular to each other. So these two lines perpendicular. So in summary, given equation for a line, then write the equation of a line parallel or perpendicular to it by first find the slope of the given line. Second, use the slope and the given point with the point slope formula. And three, simplify the line to slope intercept form and compare the equation to the given line. Here's the example. So you're asked to write equation of a line parallel to a 5x plus 3y equals 1 equation and passing through the point 3, 5. So here's how you should solve this. So first we'll write the equation slope intercept form to find this, not standard form but in slope intercept form. Okay, so please pay attention. Now you have two forms. We have slope intercept form and you have standard form. Okay, so after you rewrite it, it results in y equals -5 third x plus 1 third x. So we know that from this equation the slope is m equals -5 third and the y-intercept b is 1/3, but that really doesn't enter in our problem, so that's, yeah, don't care about this. Yeah, the next step is to use the slope and the given point with the point slope formula. So we enter it to the previous one, the point slope formula, and we get that y equals -5 third x plus 10, and the figure is as shown. This is the second example. Find the equations of the line perpendicular to 5x minus 3y plus 4 equals 0 and passing through the point -4, 1. So here's the solution. How you solve? The first step here is to write the equation in slope intercept form, which here gives us y equals 5 third x plus 4 third. And here the slope is 5 third and means that the reciprocal negative is -3/4, 3/5. Because it says that the line is perpendicular, so you need to find the negative reciprocal of the gradient. Now by using point slope formula, we can apply it and gain the equation of that perpendicular line is of y equals -3/5 x minus 7/5. Okay, so many real-world applications can be modeled by linear equations. And to set up or model a linear equation to fit a real-world application, then we must first determine the known quantities and define the unknown quantity as a variable. Okay, then we begin to interpret the words as a mathematical expression using mathematical symbols as usual. So let us use this example. to explain to you. So yeah, we have a known cost such as, for example, we have $0.10 per meal, and it's multiplied by unknown quantities. Okay, number of miles driven, for example. So you can write it as 0.10x dollars. And this expression represents a variable cost because it changes according to the number of miles driven. And say if a quantity is independent of a variable, that we usually just add or subtract. This is called a constant. And for example, we have to add a daily fee of $50. So we can create a rental cost equation which is C equals 0.10x plus $50. So when dealing with this real world application, there are certain expressions that we can translate that into math. And here's the table showing you examples of common verbal expression, your equivalent mathematical expressions. I want you to learn it by yourself, okay, and not read it one by one, the one written in the table. Okay, so in summary, give a real world problem. So model a linear equation to fit it by identify known quantities as a variable to represent the unknown quantity. If there is more than one unknown quantity, find a way to write the second unknown in terms of first. Write an equation interpreting the words as mathematical operations and solve the equation. Okay, here's the example for you. Find a linear equation to solve for the following unknown candidates. So one number exceeds another number by 70 and their sum is 31. Find the two numbers. So here's how we need to solve. Let equal the first number. Let x equal the first number. Then y as the second number exceeds the first 70. So you can write the second number as x equals as y equals x plus 70. Okay, so the sum is 31, so we can write it as x plus in parentheses or in brackets x plus 70 equals 31, and after doing some algebraic operations that will get the x equals 14 divided by 2 which equals 7. So the two numbers is, because no x7, we can find the y because y is x plus 17, so y is 7 plus 17 which is 24. Simple, right? Here is the second and our last problem for today. So say that there are two cell phone company that offer different packages. The company A charges a monthly service fee of $34 plus $0.05 per minute of talk time, and company B charges a monthly service fee of $40 plus $0.04 per minute talk time. So first point is that write a linear equation that models the packages offered by both companies. The second point is if the average number of minutes used each month is 1,160 of minutes, which company offers the better plan? The third point is that if the average number of minutes used each month is 430, then which company offers the better plan? And the fourth point is how many minutes of talk time will yield equal monthly statements from both companies. So here's how you can solve this. The first one, you can model company A charts to be A equals 0.05x plus 34. Okay, and the B company charts to be 0.04x plus 40. Both are in dollars, okay? Okay, for the second point, so if the average number of minutes used each month is 1,160, so we have following. So you just need to substitute this value, and respectively for company A this is $92 and for company B which is $86.4. Of course you can see that company B offers a lower monthly cost using this plan. For the third point, so if the average number of minutes used each month is 420, then we again need to substitute this value and again 55 and 56.8. In this plan, by using this plan, that the company A over a lower monthly cost. The last point to ensure. Okay, so here what point are both the x value and the y value equal? So yeah, you need to just equalize the two equations that you have. And here you get x equals 600. And they both give us the cost, which is 64. Here is the plot of the both costs. You can see that these both line intersect each other, okay, on the minute 600 and on y 64. Yeah, that's the lesson for today. Not very long, right? And here's a little quote for you today. So Lil Wayne once said, "I don't need it to be easy. I need it to be worth." Okay, so yeah, though sometimes something is very difficult, but it worth doing. Okay, so thanks for watching. Subscribe, give a like, comment, and share this video to your friend. I'll be back on every Tuesday and Thursday. I forget to type our website, which is sciencewithxyz.unaux.com. Please visit there. Please visit it to access your free learning resources and other interesting programs. Keep watching and be thoughtful. Goodbye. I'll see you on the next episode.